And Kamala Harris is about to prosecute the case against Donald Trump. She's about to prosecute the case against Trump's anti-reproductive rights. The majority of Americans in this country, by the way, believe that abortion should be legal, that women should have the right to IVF treatment to start their families, that women should have access to contraceptive care, that children who have been raped and become pregnant should be allowed to get the care that they need, that women should not go into septic shock for a pregnancy that they can't bring to term because Republicans created laws that prohibit women from getting the care that they need. Trump believes women should be punished for having an abortion.
Well, should the woman be punished for having an abortion? Yes or no? As a principle.
There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Trump in his Project 2025 believes that there should be a national abortion ban, that IVF treatment is ungodly, and that only families procreating the traditional way is good. She's prosecuting the case against Donald Trump's $1.7 trillion tax cut on the ultra-wealthy that did nothing for the poor and working class because trickle-down economics is a fucking myth. Kamala is running on the economic agenda to lower taxes for the middle and working class and finally make millionaires and billionaires pay their fair share. She's making the case that medical debt should be wiped from the credit reports so that if you have literal cancer, you shouldn't go bankrupt. She's running an economic opportunity tour to increase capital for small businesses, creating pathways for women-owned and minority-owned businesses to flourish, connecting them with government contracts, educating small businesses on applying for loans, and getting additional resources into community banks that allow inner-city communities to finally achieve economic parity. She's prosecuting the case against Trump's corruption and Trump's ass who doesn't give a fuck about climate change because he literally asked tycoons, oil tycoons, for $1 billion in exchange for him to stop companies from producing electric vehicles and green infrastructure if he becomes president again. Kamala Harris is prosecuting the case against Trump's Project 2025 that wants to dismantle the Department of Education because he what?
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Kamala Harris is prosecuting the case against Trump's healthcare fraud, who consistently said he was going to be creating healthcare like we've never seen, and then we never got shit. But Kamala and Democrats worked together to get an expansion of Medicare and Medicaid and capped insulin costs for seniors at $35. Kamala Harris is prosecuting the case against Trump's failure at making our country safe. Trump failed at the border and never got Mexico to pay for the wall he promised. But Kamala Harris and Democrats worked across the aisle with Republicans and created immigration reform that Donald Trump called Republicans and said to not vote for because it makes the Democrats look good. Kamala Harris is about to prosecute the case on Trump's failure to pass infrastructure legislation. He kept saying infrastructure week was coming and we never got shit because he's an incompetent bozo. Kamala and Democrats passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill that even Republicans who voted against it tried to take credit for. She's going to prosecute the case against a convicted felon who called for the death penalty of 5 black boys who were wrongfully convicted for rape and then exonerated. And she prosecuted sexual predators, and Trump is one.